Okay, when I introduce you, I'm gonna say, this is a friend of mine. That means you're a connected guy. Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were a made guy. Capiche?
Yeah, friend of mine, friend of ours. Yeah. What do I call you, friend of ours? Or...
Keep your fucking mouth shut about me.
Hey, welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie. If you are returning, giving us another shot, we thank you very much. Right, Greg?
Absolutely.
If this is your first time, what we do is we're a couple of comedians and we're going to bounce ideas off of each other, trying to work out new jokes that we want to eventually put into our show. That's basically it. And hopefully we get them on stage, perform them. Hopefully they go well. But either way, we're going to bring them back to this podcast, fly or die, and you're going to get to hear it. So
I love when you say that, fly or die, because not every new joke is going to work. Not every new idea is going to be funny. But that's part of what we do, man. We lay it out there. And this is one of the things that probably one of the biggest questions you get. It's one of the biggest questions I get from people is, how do you get your material? And sometimes you just got to explain that it's an idea. You run it by another comedian. You come up with lines. You help each other out. And so, that's a great way to develop an act.
Absolutely. And as you know, you've been in this a long time. I've been in this a long time. As you know, some of these jokes we think of, we bring them to the stage and immediately they're hilarious. It's just, there's nothing, oh my gosh, that worked perfectly. And then other times it's like a wine. It just needs to age in a barrel for
right. The only person laughing is you on the inside.
Because only one's laughing is me. And sometimes, I mean, there's jokes in my set, Greg, that I took on stage and they just sat there, and then I would walk off stage and I go, I know this is funny, but I would tweak it here, tweak it there, and eventually found it. So anyway, that's what this podcast is. It's basically us working stuff out, and we hope you guys enjoy the process. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Last week, we discussed 2 new bits. Greg had an opportunity to perform one. How did that go, Greg?
Okay. Overall, I would say it went okay.
Yeah.
I think it had moments. The line that you gave me about it was about big backpacks, heavy backpacks on airplanes and all that.
Yeah.
The line you gave me about was like Jurassic Park. There was a dinosaur coming down the aisle. I threw in the line about the water tremoring in my glass.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like Jurassic Park. That got chuckles. I mean, I was happy with it.
Yeah.
But I think part of the problem too, Vinny, is even if you really work something out beforehand, when you're trying it on stage for the first time, and it's especially if it's a gig where you're getting paid and you got to make sure you're hitting it, you can't really mess around too much. I don't think I worded it quite the right way.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a bit I'm keeping. I'm going to try it a few more times. I want to get it a little more condensed.
Cut the fat.
Cut out the fat.
Cut out the fat.
Yeah.
So, that happens. It happens a lot to me. Where this is funny. I can't wait to do it. And it just, it just doesn't perform like I was supposed to. And by the way, for those of you listening, due to technical difficulties, Greg, right? We weren't able to get the file off the phone. It's a whole thing with the ship's internet. But for those of you listening,
also me being a technical moron.
Yeah, and me being basically a Neanderthal. I mean, it's amazing we got this thing going. This
is how I type with my 2 4 bling bling.
same here.
So
Yeah,
the fact that I could record my act is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Trying to send it to you to edit that little part. I wanted to get the part with just that section of the show,
right.
So we could play it here, so people could hear it, and see how it goes.
Yeah. Maybe we promised a little bit too much, but we're gonna listen. We're gonna figure this out, and we promise we're going to bring you bits that we're trying for the first time on stage, so that you can hear them fly or die. We will be doing that. So, So this is our second podcast. I'm still learning about all this podcast stuff, this paraphernalia. I'm going to change mics probably. I mean, who knows? So I'm still figuring all this out. And if you guys just bear with us, stick with us.
I don't even know if my mic is working.
Oh, it's working. I hear you.
Loud and clear. So
I took off the little screen thing. I'm just going right into the mic. I got it right here in front of me now.
All right. Well, I spit a lot, so
I got you. Okay, so let's get into the new bits.
Okay.
I got the quarter here, or it's basically a Canadian. I guess it's a Canadian coin. Heads or tails, Greg?
I'll go tails.
Tails again. Up. Tails again. All right. Tails again. All right.
All right. So, all right. We'll do this quick. Here's the thing. Now, in full disclosure, I tried this once a few years ago.
Okay.
And I just didn't get it, and it didn't work, and then the freaking pandemic hit. So, the whole thing is about garbage men and garbage pails.
Okay.
And the difference between when I was a kid and now. And because when I was a kid, the garbage pail was a ratty piece of metal with jagged edges and diseases on it.
Me too.
And you had to wear a hazmat suit just to bring it down to the street.
Right.
And you would get cut and all that. And when I was a kid, I loved watching the garbage men. I thought it was the coolest job you could have. I would look out my window before school. They would come, the big garbage truck with flies and seagulls around it and all that crap. And the guy would jump off the back, and he would throw the pail in, and then he would whistle, and the garbage man would take the lid. Remember the lid? I could never find the lid to that garbage pail.
Right.
They would heave it like they were a discus thrower in the Olympics. It was like, okay. And then he would just jump on the truck and they'd drive away. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Now, the garbage pails are made from recycled plastic. They have wheels on them.
Wheels.
There's no dragging it down. It's wheeled.
Yeah.
How weak could it be? And then the garbage truck, it's not. There's like one guy, the driver.
Yeah.
And he comes over and there's an arm.
Yeah.
And it just picks it up and it puts it in. Nothing goes. Puts it right back down where you were. The lid's attached. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
And I don't even sure what's funny about it, but it just seemed to me like back in those days, that was like I thought it was a cool job as a kid.
Yeah.
To be a garbage man. And he would run and jump on the truck and whistle. The guy would take off. He would hang off. He'd be hanging on to the thing. I'm thinking, this is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. There's nothing to it. Damn it, you don't get hurt.
You know what? It's a very, very funny observation, and we were talking about politically correctness last week, and maybe it all changed when they changed the name from garbage man or trash man to sanitation engineer.
Oh, okay.
That's when the job went from this manly, tough thing with metal garbage cans and flies and seagulls all over the place to these plastic things with wheels that anybody could tote down to the end of the garage.
It was I mean, I don't know about you, Vinnie, but when I was a kid, when I had to get that garbage out, it was either full. I had to like pick it up.
Yeah.
With the two handles, stand back because it was always something sharp. It was, from when they threw it in the truck.
And it was rusty.
It was rusty.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to die from it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't drag it because my father would yell at me, "You're tearing up the driveway. Pick it up."
Yeah.
You pick it up, you go down the thing, you make it down there. It was like a workout.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like my stepson used to complain, "The thing is heavy." Heavy? You could do it with your pinky. Like
Yeah,
he
right.
go, what? You could do it with
Yeah.
your pinky and just
Yeah.
walk it down while you're
Yeah.
checking your Instagram.
Yeah.
You
And
know, I
sometimes
mean,
go ahead.
no, I'm saying it was like a whole ordeal when I was a kid doing it. Now it's like it's easy, and they still
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah. And also, I don't know about where you lived or where you grew up. You grew up north, right?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but really far west. It was like the suburbs and stuff like that. And occasionally back then, you'd go outside, trash would be everywhere because the dogs knocked it over or the raccoons got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was that. Remember? You know?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to go outside. You got to go pick up the trash because the garbage man's coming. Wait a minute. That's his job.
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Pick up the trash. The garbage man's coming.
Pick up the trash. The garbage man's coming. You got to put that in the can for him.
Oh my God. Yeah. Pick up the trash. The garbage man's coming.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny, Vinny. Like just the whole, it all changed when he went from being a garbage man to being a sanitation engineer.
That's when it changed.
Yeah. That's when it all started.
Yeah. That's when the job started to become this easy thing.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easy. They press a button. Do you have that? I'm sure.
Yeah, the arm. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to move it off the curb. The arm comes, picks it up, dumps it into the trash. Blah, blah, blah.
The lid opens, then it goes back. The lid even closes. Down it goes. Next house.
Dude,
my God.
One time the arm came, picked up the trash can. Boom! A bag fell out onto the side. He dropped the trash can, used the arm to pick up the bag, put it into the back of the thing. It was like,
are you serious?
Yeah, he's just back there like this, like a joystick or something.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
But it was, it was just that. And sometimes it's like, I hate to be one of those comics. Back when I was a kid, we drank out of a hose and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this really seems like something so obvious to me, like take out the garbage. I was like, oh my God, I'm putting my life at risk.
Yeah.
I can't. Lift up the lid. You don't know what was going to, bats would come out.
Bats, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like roaches. We like these big roaches.
Giant bugs. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
So, and now it's just everything is just, I don't know what to say.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
I have to stop.
Is it better? Is it better?
I don't know. You see, that's the question. Like, that's the question, Vinny.
Yeah.
Is it progress or is it just we're wimping out?
We're wimping out. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to show my microphone. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So people don't have it.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's very similar to yours.
Yeah, that's right.
Al Romas gave us this tip.
That's right.
But,
Al Romas. Very funny comedian, ladies and gentlemen.
But that's the question. Is it better?
Is it better?
I guess it is, but I don't know.
It's better for the kids.
Better for the kids, right? Right.
Yeah, it's better for these kids. These kids, sitting there. They don't even go outside anymore. They're playing video games. You got to make the trash chore easy for them, I guess.
I don't know. Everything's got to be easier, and you have to beg them to do it.
Yeah.
Take out the garbage. If I didn't take out the garbage, I was in the garbage can the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I should. You have to beg them to do the chores.
Yeah. I'm not there yet. My kid, my oldest is 5, so I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I'm not forcing him to take out trash, and I'm lucky if he brushes his teeth.
And that's the thing you got to be careful of.
Yeah.
You might say to yourself, well, you know what? These kids have it too easy. I want to make sure my son doesn't have it too easy. And then he's 3 years old, taking out the garbage and taking it apart in Jiffy Lube. Maybe.
Not a bad idea. Huh?
Get that.
Because you know what? Because it's easy now.
Yeah.
He can handle it. Yeah. He can handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, he can handle. He's all right.
So is there something there?
I think so. Yeah. When I first thought of this, it was one of those things where you ever see another comic do a bit and you say, why didn't I think of that?
Oh
That
yeah,
happens to, okay.
yeah,
And I remember with my stepson, I would, with the garbage, like I would say, why don't you just take it? It's so easy. It's on wheels. Just walk it out. And
yeah.
I never thought of it as a bit. And finally it hit me that maybe there's a bit there with the
Oh yeah,
garbage. And then I did it maybe once or twice, just throwing it out there. And then the freaking pandemic hit. And then, when you come back, we came back from that. I wasn't testing new material. I was working. I had to
right.
work.
Yeah,
So now I feel like if I get enough of this down in my head, boom, I can throw it out there on a show and not worry actually if it doesn't do well.
I think that you should do it the way you said, like, we were discussing a bit, and you said, you know what, I don't want to be one of these guys that talks about back in my day,
Oh,
but I think,
but I'm gonna do it.
but I'm gonna do it because look, back in my day,
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna do that bit, you should actually even introduce it like that. I think
That's interesting.
you should go into it like that. Look, I don't want to be one of these guys, one of these, life was tough back in my day. But you know what? These kids got it easy, and just do all the cliches. I don't know.
Oh, but you know what, Vinny? That's interesting because, sometimes, when you do that stuff, when I was a kid, we had to do this.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before I forget,
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those guys that says, hey, back in my day, but hey, these kids got it easy. Okay, when we took out the trash, we had to drag it uphill both ways. I mean, just do all the cliches
in the snow.
We had to drag it up the driveway both ways. I don't know, just do all the cliches. I mean, is there something there? I don't know.
Yeah. I hate to be one of those cliche comedians.
Yeah, but hey, yeah.
That's funny. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you said that. That you said that about. I don't want to be one of those guys who says, "Back in my day, we had it tough." But back in my day,
dude, but you, I don't know. You stopped and you go, look, I don't want to be one of those guys. I'm like, you know what? That's how that bit should be introduced. I don't want to be one of these guys. You know what? I just want to get this off my chest.
Yeah. Let me just say this, just one thing, and then I'll move on. Thing,
trash men. Okay. Can I say trash men? Okay.
Is that even okay anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that, and I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I think I might actually do that.
Okay.
And then I think I really like that because who starts a bit by saying, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it.
But I'm going to say it. Here it comes.
It's like, it's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
And then going into the part about it all changed when it went from being garbage man to sanitation engineer.
Yeah.
Garbage man just took it. I'm a garbage man.
Garbage man. That guy's on a dirty truck with seagulls flying around. The garbage cans are metal.
Roaches and dead bodies like a man. He took away the garbage like a man.
Yeah.
Now, whoa. It's a truck with an arm, and
you got recycled plastic garbage bins. It's not even a can; it's a bin.
That's really funny. It's not a can; it's a bin.
Yeah, it's not even a
little
can.
Things.
Yeah,
it's little things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bin. Okay.
It's not a can; it's a bin. Yeah,
it's a bin.
Yeah.
It's a receptacle.
It's a receptacle. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's a garbage. It's a receptacle. Yeah, something. Yeah.
Okay, I really like that.
It's not even it's not a can. It's a bin. It's a receptacle. If you're upper. What is it? Upper middle class.
Yeah, West Palm Beach. It's a receptacle.
West Palm Beach. It's a receptacle. I don't want to touch it. Yeah.
All right.
Look, Greg, I see a lot there. I see a lot there. I see a lot of potential there.
All right. Big thank you. Thank you for that. I do too. Like I said, it was one of those things I was excited about.
Yeah.
This could work. And I'm wondering now, but then the pandemic and a whole bit again. But as I'm talking to you, Vinny, I'm thinking, I started out thinking it was more about my stepson complaining and it has wheels. And really, maybe it's more about the garbage man job.
Right. Sure.
As you said, sanitation engineer.
Yeah.
It had to be a guy doing it. It had to be a garbage man.
Yeah, and he was like 6'2". He was a big guy. They had to be strong guys.
You had to lift up that can, you throw it in. And the other thing I always thought about was the lid, because it was a separate lid on that metal can. And you couldn't find it half the time.
Yeah, never find it.
It was like they took it off and just
yeah. Yeah.
Gone.
And after you do all that, if they're going with you, or you then you can bring your stepson into it. You go, my kids, my stepson, these kids today, they got it easy. They got it easy. But I mean, you can even bring the kid into it. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. It might take a little different direction than I thought, but I think it's really solid. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
What do you got?
Okay. I got a bit that I did, or I actually thought it up. I did it on stage a couple times, but it really was like it was a very little short thing, and and you know how I'm sure you've had this experience where you just have like a joke or a line or a tag, or maybe in this case it's a couple of jokes, like boom boom boom, not that quick, but it's a couple of jokes in a little piece, and I just didn't know what to do with it.
Okay.
And then it sits in your notebook or in your head, and then you come up with something and you go, oh my gosh, I can put that piece on the front of this, and now I have a chunk of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so I have this new idea, and I'll tell you when I start the new idea, but just for the heck of it, I'm going to give you the old bit that was been sitting around not doing nothing.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe you can help me with maybe that could use a little tweaking or something, but I definitely need help with this. Okay. All right. So here it goes. So it goes, excuse me. So I had a birthday recently, and my grandmother, she always sends me a $25 check, for my birthday. She does the same thing for Christmas. Get a $25 check. It's very nice. It's very nice. But my grandmother doesn't have any money, you see, and it's just like that kind of pressure. I don't need that kind of pressure. I don't need that kind of pressure. I got to call my grandmother up. Yeah. Hey, grandma. Yeah, no, I got the card. Listen, I'm having a problem with your check. Yeah. No, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna need another $33. Okay. I'm gonna need another $33 because it bounced another, check. And my mom always tells me, my mom always tells me, she goes, look, next time grandma, sends you one of those checks, just tear it up, and I'll write you a check for the $25. Well, anymore, my grandma doesn't write me $25 checks anymore. Now she writes me $125 checks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I call my
You're in on it.
Yeah, I call my mom up. I'm like, hey, mom, grandma just sent me this bass boat. There's no way she's gonna be able to make payments on that.
Dude, that's really funny. Like, now, were you in cahoots with your grandmother on this? Like, you called her up?
Was I in cahoots? Like, I told her I was gonna do that joke?
No, she'd send you the $25 check, it bounces. Did you talk to your grandma? Go, hey, look, my mother said she'll cover your checks. If you write me a check for $200, we'll split it.
That's great. Yeah.
So grandma writes you a check for $200. Hey, grandma, I got the check from it went through. I'm sending you $100.
Oh my goodness. I like it.
Like your grandmother's in the mob. Your grandma's in the mob.
Yeah. My mom's saying,
like so. Let's see. Yeah. So maybe every year it gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Maybe you're a big boy now. He's 250.
Yeah, he's 250. I like it.
And then you send the grandma $1.25.
$1.25. See, that's funny. See, we were talking about last week how some things just sound funny. $1.25. That just sounds funny for 125.
Yeah, it's $1.25. And the thing you said about the boat, maybe you said that to your grandma. She's like,
I I picked some kind of random item that my grandmother would never buy. You know, there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way she
right.
can afford the payments on that bass boat. You know,
There's
Mom.
no
So
way.
you're gonna have to cover it. You know.
You said Grandma sent me this beautiful boat. It's in the driveway. I
Yeah.
can't send it back, Ma. It's a sin.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't want to
sin.
insult her. I don't want to.
And
I don't want to hurt her
it's Grandma.
feelings. Yes, my
It's
grandma.
Grandma. I can't. She
My
sent
grandma.
me a boat, but you know she can't make those payments, Ma.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
There you go. It's my grandma.
it's your mother, for God's sakes, Ma.
It's your mother. It was her. It was her mother, by the way. Yeah. Okay. So here's the second part, and this is just
Okay.
an idea that I said. Oh, I could take that grandma bit, and I could put it on this, and lead into this. Okay. So this goes like this. It goes. It's nice. It's nice that my grandmother sends me a check every Christmas, birthday. I have a lot of relatives that do that. The trouble is I don't know what to get them. I have a problem buying gifts for people. That's why if I ever make a lot of money, I'm going to build a mall, and every store in this mall is going to be named after the people you're trying to buy presents for.
Okay.
Think about that. Think about that. You walk into my mall and there's a store, grandmas. Everything for your grandmas in that store. Picture frames, doilies, as far as the eye could see.
Knickknacks.
Everything. If you're looking to buy somebody a present, you come to my mall. There's a story. What do you buy your dad for Christmas? Come to my mall. There's a store, Dads. You want to know what? Yeah, and we all know what that store is. It's just a as seen on TV store.
As seen on
Flex
TV.
tape, pocket fisherman, garden weasels.
All that shit. That hose that spreads out.
The hose that spreads out.
Yeah, just go and it rolls right.
I gotta
up.
find out the name of that hose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole. Everybody knows it. The hose that spreads out.
Yeah.
The guy from Home Improvement does the commercial, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's got a name. It's got a name.
Is it Flex hose or is that too easy?
That's Flex tape, or it might be Flex hose. I don't know. Dad. This is for dads. Okay. Then there was moms, and then there was mom. Then of course there's a store for your moms. Now. Full disclosure, I have no idea what's in that store, but the return desk is going to be huge. Does your mom return gifts that you buy for her?
Of course.
Okay. So it's not just my mom.
I bought my mother, this is true, 20 years ago, Vinny. I was in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And I was just walking around and I saw a painting. And the artist was there. And she painted this painting. My mother loves roses. It had a woman holding a rose. It wasn't expensive. It was like $150, something like that, right?
Nice.
Then my mother is going to love this painting.
Yeah.
She almost threw up when she saw it. Hated it.
Yeah.
So much so, I could tell. We have 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes. Okay. So she didn't even want to see it. So I have it. I have the painting.
Yeah.
And every place that I lived, I said, I'm putting up this painting. I think it's beautiful. So I know what you're talking about. But your mom doesn't. You don't know what's in there, but it's the return line's gonna.
Return lines, right? Real quick, let me just do a couple more.
But can I do one quick thing on that?
Yeah.
Okay, one quick thing. What if he did a store for older sisters, not just sisters, but older sisters, and in that store is everything they want, and because they're so special. What if he just turned it into like something a little different angle?
Yeah.
Because the older sister. Even if there's a plaque that says, "Why can't you be more like your older sister?"
For me, that would be my younger sister. That would be my younger sister. She's the baby that got everything. And
so then make it
younger sisters. So yeah.
Oh, the baby of the
family. Yeah. She's the baby.
Yeah. Oh, here's a plaque that says, "Vinny, make sure you do this, and this, and whatever your sister's name is. Susie, would you like some ice cream, sweetheart?" That whole maybe you could it's the stores for people, like the grandmas, mas, dads, all that. So that's funny. And I've never heard anybody do anything like that. But then there's that one store that
Yeah.
goes in a totally different angle.
Yeah.
And it's about the spoiled brat sister.
Spoiled.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
That makes 100% sense. I love it. See, here's the thing that I realized as I was thinking of this bit, when I came up with it, I was thinking about this. I thought that the weird people that you have in your life that you're buying presents for was going to be the joke. Because I have one here. I go, everybody you're trying to buy a present for. What do you buy for your next door neighbor's retarded kid? Well, come to my mall. There's the store.
It's there. It's right there.
Yeah, cotton candy and balloons.
Yeah.
see, that's what I realized when I was coming up with this bit. I realized it's not the names of the people you're trying to buy presents for. It's that you solve the problem.
You solved the problem.
Like, so I came up with this. This is kind of stupid, but let me see if you can help me with it. It goes, drunken uncles. We all got a drunken uncle. What do you buy for your drunken uncle? Well, come to my mall. There's the store, drunken uncles. Now this store is split in two. Depending on how you feel about them, you go which way. One side's liquor, the other side,
Yeah. Well, what would you see? Okay,
that's wait, here it is. One side's liquor, the other side's fitness equipment.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. The other side is what do they call it? An intervention counselor.
Oh my goodness.
Or something like that. What do you get for? What do you hate buying gifts for? What do you get for somebody at work, like a Christmas party? What do they call that when you're at work? You
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Gift cards.
Oh, that's great. Who did Secret Santa? Hey, you in an office? You got to buy a present for a Secret Santa? Come to my mall. There's the store. Secret Santas.
Right there. Secret Santa store.
Oh, I have this one. What about chicks you no longer date but still occasionally bang? Now, I'm married, so that doesn't apply to me, but I used to have that in my life. But for all you guys out there, you're trying to buy that special someone benefits, a present. What do? You come to my mall. There's the store. Well, it's not really a store. It's a kiosk. It's just gift cards.
It's just gift cards. Probably a store. It's a kiosk.
I'm trying to think of like a non-committal gift.
Yeah.
Like a non-committal gift.
Yeah.
But here's the last one. Here's the last one.
Go ahead.
It kind of gets dirty. It gets dirty. And the last one is, hey, what do you buy for the guy who has everything? Come to my mall. There's the store for the guy who has everything. Hey, you want to know what's in that store? Hookers.
Hookers. All right. There you go.
Because guys can always use another BJ. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Yeah, right.
There's not one guy I've met that's had enough of those.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
there's not one guy going, you know what? I'm kind of sick of that.
So yeah, no, I don't think so. So what do you think, Greg? Do you think it's the bizarre people in your life, or do you think it's solving the problem? It's like, guess what's in that store? And then boom, you solve the problem. Because I kind of am leaning towards the presence. Because in that case, I have to pick categories where it's a funny, like my next door neighbor's retarded kid. What do you buy for him? Come to my mall. There's the store. Next door neighbors with retarded kid.
Yeah, helmets,
balloons, and candy, and cotton candy.
Oh yeah, I'm wondering now because I think they're both viable.
Yeah.
Could you do both, or would you think it would just get too long?
Oh, I'd probably pick. See, now that you come up with the younger sister thing, that younger sister brought, spoiled brat thing. I'm thinking maybe that's how I end it. Before I was thinking I would end it with the hey, what do you get for the guy who has everything?
Yeah.
People are like, holy cow, what do you get for the guy who has like, well, come to my mall. Come to my mall. Yeah.
Come to my mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red light district.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, I like both.
Yeah.
When you do the thing about like the spoiled younger sister, you got
Yeah.
then I real because if it works, I don't know if it works. If it works, and you commit to the fact that it's about you,
Yeah.
and you had the spoiled younger sister,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like not just oh here's another thing. It's
Yeah.
just like oh
Oh,
yeah
no.
just,
Yeah. No, it has to be that. It has to be that.
yes
Yeah.
yeah
Is
and
there
then
a way? See now that makes me think I have to bring up her in a previous bit and a previous part of my show
yeah
where she does something and blah blah blah, and then I can that would be great for a callback.
that would be a fantastic callback.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think it stands on its own a bit, like because if people get you're talking about your sister,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I also think if you did a callback to it,
Yeah. Yeah.
anybody
Oh,
have one of those?
I got it.
Well,
I got it. Sister. Oh, here it is. Younger. Yeah. The plaque with the spoiled sister. Okay. What do you think? You think that one's worth bringing to the stage?
I do. I definitely think for you to perform that though, you really got to have that down
Oh yeah.
before you get on stage with
Oh
it,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there's a lot there.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the
You want
ones.
to have
Yeah,
you want to have the stores. You
yeah,
know, maybe it could be a grandma store, maybe it could be a dad store, and then this whatever it is, and then the spoiled brat younger sister store.
yeah,
Like maybe even make it even the spoiled brat. I get everything I want because I'm mommy and daddy's favorite store. Like maybe
yeah,
even make the title to the store longer
yeah,
and really define it because I get everything I want. And my older brother Vinny's is that store. You know,
yeah,
like even if you say my older brother Vinny,
yeah,
uh, whatever, something, then the crowd will know, oh, he's hitting it up. This is his sister he's talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I gotta do. That's the way that's got to be done. I like that. I like that, Greg. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Okay. So once again, I'm going to be doing a lot of shows over the next couple of months, opening up for a very clean act. I don't think that I'm going to be able to get that on stage, but as soon as I do, which I think the earliest I'll be able to be doing something like that will be in December.
Okay.
But hopefully I'll be able to come up with some bits you and I can talk about that I will be able to bring on stage.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be able to see the backpack bit again.
Okay. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And if you have any suggestions for any of our bits, please email us at newbitspodcast@gmail.com. Greg, how can they find you?
gregvac.com. That's my website.
I'm Vinnie.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please tune in again. Give us a rating, give us a review, let everybody know how much you enjoyed, especially us. Let us know how much you enjoyed.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Love you, Vinny.
I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Okay, buddy. Bye.